The topic for today is about vibration. So that's between low and high vibration. And the reason why I decided to bring this up was because the previous week I actually shared my personal experience when dealing with a narcissist or energy vampires or toxic people in general. And you might be wondering, like, why are we dealing with these type of people who display such narcissistic qualities or traits or toxic behavior? Because obviously these people are actually in a very low vibration. So I think this is something closely related. Why do we encounter these type of people who displays that type of behavior towards us or towards other people? And I'm not saying I'm always in a high vibrational state, okay? Because in fact, there are, some recent incidents or happenings in my life where I know that I'm also in a low vibration. So basically what I wanted to say here is that it doesn't matter. I'm even well-renowned psychics or healers. They also get infected by low vibrational energies. And that's the purpose why a lot of them, they do cleanse themselves, right? They do cleansing by means of salt baths or saging or by means of crystals or even grounding in nature. But the key here is actually awareness. Awareness in such a way that, are you aware if you are in a low vibrational state or are you in a high vibrational state? But before I begin, I'd like to thank first all those who actually tried to share their thoughts and inputs on the previous recordings that I've uploaded. I know they're way too long, like 30-minute long and 40-minute long. And to hear that you also listened to that despite of it being so long, I totally appreciate that. And probably because I just wanted to share my experiences with the hopes that it would also help people out there who are currently dealing with the same type of experience, okay? And I always believe that learning, it's a two-way thing. It doesn't matter whether you are actually younger than me or I'm older than you. We can always learn from each other. We can even learn from a 5-year-old kid. And I always believe that learning is unending. It's like filling your glass of water half empty. Because if you fill it to the brim, then you're not receptive to new thoughts, new ideas, new experiences, right? When life is actually all about experiences and learning. So basically, we're all teachers and students on this realm. So thank you for sharing all of your thoughts and comments. I totally appreciate that. All right, so what is high versus low vibration? So basically, anything that is associated with positivity, such as love, compassion, joy, empathy, that is something to do with high vibration. Now, on the other side, if it's on the darker side of things, such as hatred, jealousy, resentment, self-serving, too much ego, and all that, that means that you're actually in a low vibration. Now, here are the common signs if you have low vibration. So one example is that you feel stuck or you're stranded in life. You don't know what to do next. And actually, I could relate with that because the past few weeks, again, I've been dealing with some issues in life, work-related, that I really don't know what to do next. And then I notice that fear is starting to brew. And we all know that fear is actually very low vibration. So once you identify that, hey, it looks like I'm being, influenced by low vibrational energies because of some circumstances, then you have to raise your vibration. You have to get yourself unstuck, from that behavior or that fear that you have within you. So again, that's a sign that you're in a low vibration. Another example would be you have this uncaring attitude towards yourself and towards other people. You're emotionally distant. You're emotionally reactive. You have this self-centric view of the world. What else? You often struggle with despair or desperation, and then you find it almost impossible to get unstuck from old habits. I'm also, guilty about that because, again, I'm not saying that I'm always in a high vibrational state. For instance, even when it comes to old habits such as vices that I still have right now, I know that I need to cut that off. But again, awareness is key. It's very important that you're aware on what to do because once you're aware, once you have acknowledged it, then you will finally do the next step to get unstuck from that old habit or even old patterns or beliefs that you have that you need to get yourself unstuck from, okay? Another example that you're in a low vibration is that you are actually bottling your feelings up too much. You bottle up your resentment and then your jealousy towards other people. Another example, you find it hard to forgive yourself and forgive other people for all the things that they've done to you. And I've been there, especially when I've dealt with a lot of toxic people. I was always like angry towards them, like I couldn't understand why they're doing this. And I have this really, like hatred, anger that I have within me. And then I started hating myself as well, why I got myself victimized and all that. But once you actually release that and once you actually try to forgive yourself and forgive other people from, for doing that to you, then that means you're raising your vibration to a higher level or to a higher vibration. Because I always believe that, like what I said, forgiveness is actually liberation, it's freedom. Forgiveness is freedom or liberation. Another sign that you're actually in a low vibration is when you actually have or you suffer from guilt complex, meaning to say you constantly feel guilty about something or you try to seek things out to feel guilty about, okay? Another sign is that you continue to make poor choices. You always suffer with anxiety or depression. You find it hard to see the beauty in life, and that's odd, actually, because I encountered a lot of people who only finds beauty in life based on material stuffs or things. They think that life is beautiful only if they were able to achieve this type of body or when they're only able to achieve the latest technology or gadget or the latest model phone or how many cars that you have, what's your status, or how many houses do you own. And they can't appreciate the smaller or simpler things in life. As an example, and I get really mocked most of the time by appreciating the smaller things in life, meaning I tend to find beauty in life in simpler, smaller things, such as waking up every single day, or whenever I eat food, I would take a picture of it sometimes, or I would smile and feel happy and all that, and they find it weird that I would get mocked by people, and they think that it's so stupid or that it's so odd of me to be like that. But I realize it's not, and that's sad because people only see the beauty in life or they try to look for happiness based on material stuffs. Again, just like what I mentioned, they're only happy, they're only contented in life, or they see the beauty in life whenever they achieve material stuffs, such as the latest gadget or technology, the latest model phones or whatever, it's always based on material stuffs. But it's very, very important that we are grateful for even the smaller things in life, because I believe that those small things are actually big things, okay? And another example, if you're in a low vibration, is that you feel unfulfilled all the time, you feel unfulfilled, and that your connections with others constantly bring you pain. And then you're also overly cynical and skeptical. Another sign, you're argumentative, you complain a lot. An example of that would be like when I dealt with some people who are always complaining about their issues in life or their problems. And you begin to notice that they always talk about it, but they're not doing anything about it. So that's a red flag when you're talking to someone, whether that's a friend, a coworker, or what have you. If you notice that they keep on saying the same things over and over again, complaining about the problem over and over again, you have to be very careful not to be infected by that low vibrational energy, okay? Because that would really, really affect you. You might pick up that vibration. So I actually dealt with those type of people where they complain every single day. They spend a lot of time complaining about the same things over and over again. And when you ask them, have you done anything about it, to get yourself out of that situation? And they wouldn't, they don't. So it's as if like they enjoy the drama of being in that conflict or problem. So that's a huge sign that you're actually in a low vibration. Another example or sign, if you're in a low vibration, is that you self-sabotage. And I've been there. I used to sabotage myself a lot. And I'm currently still on the healing path, working on myself, working on my confidence, on my self-esteem and self-love and all that. Another example, you focus primarily on the negatives in life. And I get that a lot from a narcissist. They're always negative about life. They always love drama. They always talk about negative things, such as, talking about someone negative in a negative light, even though you know in yourself that's not true, Those are just one of the common examples. And again, you struggle to feel gratitude, just like what I've explained earlier, that there are people who are not grateful for even the small things that they have in their life, the people that they have in life, the experiences, everything. They're only grateful if they receive such an amount of money maybe, or probably an achievement related to, again, 3D stuffs. Another example of being in a low vibration is that you're very needy, you're very demanding of others. Also, you subscribe to gossips or rumors, and that's very common in my workplace. I notice or have observed that many of the people in the workplace, they're very, very much excited whenever people are fighting against each other. It's like this really excites them a lot. It's like a party, they like it. It's like a form of entertainment whenever they see people fighting against each other, or when the issue had something to do with third parties, mistresses, and all that. So they subscribe to a lot of rumors and some, trash talk and all that. Those are actually signs that there are, or you are dealing with a person or people who are in a low vibration. And finally, you find it hard to make any real progress in life, okay? Now, if you have a high vibration, these are the common signs. You're self-aware, meaning you're conscious of what you're saying, what you're doing and thinking and feeling, as well as the effect this has on others. You're also very empathetic towards others' needs, and you make a habit of seeing through the eyes or through the shoes of other people. You're also highly creative, and you're often bursting with ideas and inspiration. That's a sign you have a high vibration. Another sign would be being emotionally balanced. I remember my father always tells me when I was younger, he told me, honey, you know what? Everything in life is about balance, It's very important that you balance your heart, your mind, everything should be balanced. Another sign would be you feel connected to that which is beyond, meaning beyond life or divinity, love, spirituality. Another sign, you have a great sense of humor towards in life. And this is something really, really good. What I would share about that is that whenever I encounter problems, whether that's small or big problems, regardless whether that's a small or huge one, I try to find humor out of it, instead of just focusing on the problem itself and just wallowing myself in, sadness, because I've been there. I've been in a very dark place. I've been in a very low vibrational. That's why I wanted to share this. And one thing that I would like to share is that getting yourself sucked up in that low vibrational energy and not wanting to get out of it would only make things worse, I tell you, because I've been there. I've done that. I've done those things where I just, really just get myself swallowed up by the negativity, and I keep on crying about it, and I keep asking and asking all the time, why is this happening to me? And it's like, again, being in a state where it's like you enjoy, unconsciously, it's like you enjoy being that state. But I realized that doing that would not really help you at all. So what I normally do to get yourself unstuck from such low vibrational type of energy is to find humor out of it. And one of the things I do is that I watch, funny videos, comedy, because I love comedy. So when I'm in a bad mood or when I'm actually experiencing small or huge problems, I try to find a time to watch funny videos because this works for me a lot. And what happened next is that I'm already in a very bubbly mood. So basically it's going to lift your energy. It's going to lift your spirits up by watching those funny videos, right? Until you came to a solution on what to do next. So for instance, if you're experiencing a huge problem, there are times that you can't solve your problem instantly, right? You can't solve it instantly. So you try to find a temporary solution just to get yourself out of that low vibrational state by watching funny videos. And then once you go inwards and once you're actually in a much more higher vibrational state, then you slowly find a solution towards that huge problem that you're facing. So that's one tip that I'd like to share. Another example, if you're in a high vibration, which is related to the humor, is that smiling and laughing comes easily to you. And this is really, really good, because laughter is contagious. They say that laughter is actually a medicine. It's a cure, right? So whenever you're experiencing problems, again, whether that's huge or small, it's very important that you find the time to smile or to laugh about it. One example that I'd like to share, I had this experience when I was a kid because I love to lift, the spirits or the mood of other people. When I was in my elementary days, I have this classmate. His name is Vincent, and I'll never, ever forget him. He was my classmate for a year, and he never talked for a year. I tell you, he never talked, and a lot of my classmates were making fun of him, and even my teachers, they got to a point that they got really, really dismayed and angry towards him. I even remember there's this teacher, I think it's a science teacher of mine, who got so pissed off at him because she would call Vincent and he would never respond because he's not talking. He's not talking at all. And I was wondering what's happening to this person. Like, I sense that there's something wrong. I sense that there's something sad with this person. And I feel bad about him because people, again, are bullying him, calling him a mute, and stale saliva and all that. They're actually mocking him all the time, and it makes me feel sad. I was only grade 6 at that time, if I'm not mistaken, or grade 4, and they were actually bullying him. And I would see his mother whenever his mother would come in or visit for lunch during lunchtime. His mother is of a different energy that I don't like. She's very snappy, and I would see his mother slapping his arm or slapping his hands. I sense that there's something so negative, or I sense the person's sadness so much that I decided to lift that person's spirits up. And this is related to vibration because I know that he is in a low vibration. And so what I did was I tried to lift him up by playing, like a clown. I would clown around him and I would actually make him laugh. At first, it doesn't work. He won't talk to me at all. Actually, he never talked to anyone, even to me. He never talked for the entire year. He didn't. But he was always quiet, and he would always just have this really, really sad face, But what I would do, again, I would clown around. I would make fun, or I would try to lift his spirits up. And sometimes I would take a stroller, his bag, and I would call him boss. Like I would, do all of those stuff just to make him laugh. And you know what? He actually did. And I'll never, ever forget that. There was this one time that shocked the entire classroom because it was lunch break at that time when he finally laughed. He was laughing so hard, and I was shocked myself. So it's something related to laughter. Laughter is a great medicine, right? And to lift someone's spirits up is, being in a high vibration, because it's very contagious. You infect other people around you with positive energy by making them laugh. So that's one example that I'd like to share. All right. Another example, if you're in a high vibration, or one of the signs that you're in a high vibration, is that you don't take yourself too seriously. So it's also related with having a sense of humor, right? And then you regularly feel gratitude for what you have in life. So it doesn't matter whether you have a lot of cars or how many houses you own, you're just grateful for whatever you have at the present moment. Another example is that you don't experience much disappointment because you don't cling to passing things, just like what I said earlier, just with the material comforts or the friendships. You are also in a high vibration if you're self-disciplined, and that you don't need anything just to feel happy. Like, you don't need to have the certain amount of friends just to feel happy, just to feel special. That you have to have a certain amount of followers and social media just for you to become happy. So basically, you're happy with what you have right now, or what you are right now. Another sign that you're in a high vibrational state is that you nurture yourself, or you care for yourself often, and that you care for other people as well. Another sign is that you often experience synchronicity, and then you live more in the present, and this is good. You live more in the present more than the past or future. So you live in the now, because all the more that you live in the past, and the past will not do you any good anymore because it's already done anyway. So to wallow with past experiences, or to get yourself stuck in the past experience, it's not going to help you at all. Just like what I said, I always believe that time is an irreversible arrow. Those are just lessons that would help you in your present moment, right? So never ever go back to the past all the time, or try to focus your energy on what's going to happen, which means the future. I was also a victim of that. Like, I always am afraid, like very anxious, like what's going to happen next, And doing that, it actually sacrifices your ability to enjoy the present moment, to enjoy the now. So it's very, very important to live in the present moment rather than the past or the future. Another sign would be you forgive yourself and other people easily. You will come from a place of understanding, and then until you would, again, forgive the person itself rather than the actions that they actually did towards you. Another sign would be patience comes easily to you. What else? You feel confident in yourself, and then you feel confidence in your ability. So you are okay with what you have, with those strengths, and even you acknowledge the weaknesses that you have, and that you always try to explore new things to better yourself, right? That means you're in a high vibration. Another sign that you're in a high vibration is that you're actually attracted to more positive things, or either calming or inspirational topics, or movies or music and things like that. Another sign is that you're highly intuitive, and that other people easily open up to you, which comes naturally to me because I'm also an empath. So if you're an empath yourself, you know that you tend to draw or attract people towards you like a sponge. And finally, you often find yourself in the role of the counselor, peacemaker, or teacher in friendships and relationships. So those are the signs, whether you are in a low or high vibration. And again, just like what I said earlier, I also, there are times in my life where I know that I'm in a low vibration. So what I do is, it's very important that I should be aware within myself. Am I always in this type of vibration? Am I in a low vibration at the moment? And then what do I do next? What do I do about it? Okay. So anyway, that's it. thankfully, it's still almost 30 minutes of recording, but I hope you enjoyed and I hope you did learn something out of it. So, again, always choose high vibration because I believe that when you actually try to attract more of these high vibrational things, that means you're actually connecting more to your higher self. That's it. So, you have the power basically to choose whether you choose the light or you choose the dark. Okay. So when you're in a dark moment, always find a time in yourself to question yourself and ask yourself, should I let myself be, swallowed by the darkness? Or do I have a choice to get myself unstuck from this dark energy and move towards the light? Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully I can come up with a new topic soon. We'll see. Okay. Again, just live in the present moment, not, think about the future too much. All right. So love and light, everyone. Bye-bye.